I've been looking through my wardrobe to make sure that I at least have the fashion basics going in fall and winter. I usually work based on a list and I wanted to share that with you guys. This is my list of fashion fall essentials. This doesn't really include trendy pieces. I'll do another video on that, but I wanted to give you guys a rundown of the things that I make sure that I have going into the colder months. So the first items are a pair of boots. Now I usually have a pair of ankle boots and a pair of longer boots. I quite like over the knee boots. I know not everybody likes them, but I have a pair of Stuart Weitzman over the knee boots and I would recommend them. I love the 50-50 boots, so a boot like that I think is classic and doesn't really go out of style, easy to wear, will keep you warm, can be paired with skirts or leggings or jeans, pretty much anything. What I really like about longer boots, or at least my Stuart Weitzman boots, is that I can also wear them to go out to dinner if I want to be a bit more dressy and put on a nice blouse, or I can wear them casually. I think that a square-toed casual low boot is what's going to be most versatile. You can always pick up a longer boot with a heel if you want, but I find that they're not as easy to mix and match with everything as lower boots are. So a square-toed long boot is first on my list, and second is an ankle boot. Now ankle boots are more likely to pick up a heel in an ankle boot, just because a heeled ankle boot and a short mini skirt always looks really nice. But what I make sure that I always have every year is more of a military style boot, more of a unisexy type of boot, like a Dr. Martin, or I'll put pictures up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I feel like these kind of boots are also really easy to wear, very comfortable. You can always double up your socks if it's really cold to make sure your feet stay warm with these kind of boots. You can get them a bit bigger, make sure that they're really comfortable on your feet as well. I have a pair of Dr. Martens and I usually shop the men's section for this kind of boot. I did have a boot that I really loved that I picked up for like £20 from a men's section that I wore for years. So I definitely think it's worth checking out the men's section for this kind of boot, just because they usually tend to come a bit wider as well. You can fit a thicker sock inside. And I think these kind of boots can look really nice with a knitwear dress or more casual looks. I quite like mixing masculine and feminine style sometimes. So I've worn this kind of boot with like a nice dress as well. So those are the two shoes that I tend to make sure that I have going into the fall and winter seasons. Next is a white t-shirt. I did a video on picking the perfect white tee, but I have a Gap white t-shirt that I'm always drawn to. White tees are just really easy to pair with jeans. I mean, you can wear them casually. If you want to, you could put on a blazer with one and kind of dress it up a bit. I also really like white. If you can keep your white tees white, they look really nice. Very crisp finish to your outfit. I usually tend to pick up more than one just because they tend to, at least when I wash them, turn a bit brown, or pick up other colours from the wash. So I usually have a few, and I'd recommend Gap, H&M. I quite like more long line tees, so the one that I've got from Gap falls a bit longer on the hip and I prefer that. So a longer line tee in a really good quality material, I definitely recommend. I think a white tee is definitely worth spending just a tiny bit more money on. I wouldn't spend like hundreds on a white tee, but just a little bit more just to get a bit better quality material, I think is worth doing. Next, I make sure I have a turtleneck. Now turtlenecks for me are difficult to shop because I find that some turtlenecks are just really itchy, and I hate feeling itchy around my neck. I can sometimes feel really claustrophobic if I have the wrong type of turtleneck, but I quite like Wolford turtleneck. Zara turtlenecks tend to be tight, so I usually pick up a brown and a black. They're definitely versatile as well, but overall they're just super comfortable. If you can make sure that you can get one that the material feels really nice, I think they're just ideal for everyday wear. You can also layer with them, so sometimes I'll put on like just a plain vest top underneath and then my turtleneck over. If I get a bit warm, I can take it off and then just the vest top underneath. So definitely versatile, and in my opinion never goes out of style and always worth having in your cupboard. So next on my list I have a trench. Some may argue that trenches are trendy. I don't think so. I think it's always worth having a trench in your cupboard. It's Not necessarily an item that you can wear in the super cold months, not here at least in England, but definitely something that you can pull in the fall autumn months and in spring. If I can find a picture, I'll put one in, but I was able to pick up a trench from Selfridges that had like trousers on the back a few years ago. So you don't necessarily have to pick up like a basic trench if you don't want to. You can always pick up something that has a bit of extra shape or a bit of extra style or extra colours. I think I saw Mugler had one that had a bit of extra shape and detail to it, which I really like. So you don't have to pick up a plain trench, but I think having a traditional trench in your cupboard is definitely a must-have. If you don't want to spend loads of money on one, you also don't have to. Pick one up from ASOS, from Next have quite good ones, and Zara as well. So I actually don't have one at the moment, so it is on my list to pick up. Next, I have an oversized blazer. Now, blazers I know are not everyone's thing. I'm not actually sure that they're entirely my thing as well. I feel like you have to be really specific with blazers. I feel like double-breasted blazers, unless worn very specifically, can also make you look a bit wider. I prefer the ones with just a button in the middle. Frankie Shop have quite a few oversized blazers that are really nice, but picking them up in maybe like a dark brown. I wouldn't necessarily get black because I feel that leans towards it looking more like a jacket, but I'd pick up maybe a dark brown or a navy in an oversized blazer. Can be worn with skirts or with jeans, or in the milder months you can wear it as a jacket, of course, over dresses, on nights out and things like that. So I feel like an oversized blazer is a must-have. If you don't want to spend tons of money, although I would suggest investing a bit more in an oversized blazer because it's something that's not going to go out of style and you can wear it throughout the seasons. Might be a bit too warm for summer, but you could always wear them in summer nights as well. But if you didn't want to spend tons on an oversized blazer, you weren't able to spend tons on an oversized blazer, then I'd definitely recommend ASOS Design and the Frankie Shop. They tend to have loads of really well cut blazers. Next on my list, I have a white button down. I have a white button down. I picked mine up from Zara. It's really oversized. I've worn it with jean skirts, with jeans, under blazers. So a white button down is really versatile. I think it's definitely worth spending a bit of money on a nice quality one as well. They are pretty much everywhere, but I will put links to a few down in the description box. But I just really like the way that white button downs look. I think if you are ever unsure of what to wear, a white button down is kind of like an easy pick. If you want to make it a bit more sexy, you can show a bit more of your chest and put a few necklaces on, and if you want to wear it a bit more casually, you can wear it a bit more buttoned up. So definitely something easy to wear, something that doesn't go out of style. You can always tie it up at the bottom if you wanted to show a bit more of your waist. So definitely super versatile and worth investing in for the upcoming season. Next, I have a sweater, and I think, as I've mentioned, I really struggle with really itchy materials on me. I don't really like it. But a sweater, preferably in my opinion an oversized sweater, is a must-have for the upcoming season. If you can find one that's super comfortable, it of course will keep you warm. You can layer it under your blazer, you can put vest tops or tops underneath it, wear them casually. I definitely think a sweater is worth having. I plan on picking up a sweater from Pangea. I'm actually going to pick up the jogging set as well, but you can pretty much pick up a nice sweater from most places. So I'd be drawn more towards the navies and the greys and the browns for a sweater. So next I have a pair of dark jeans. My faves are usually Top Dot jeans, Johnny jeans, the Jamie jean I really like. But I think for this year and this season, I definitely want to pick up a pair of more relaxed jeans are more trendy this year, but a dark jean will never go out of style in my opinion. So investing in a pair of well-fitting jeans I think is worth doing. You can always, of course, wear lighter jeans during the colder seasons, but I am more drawn to darker colours, greys, navies, blacks for my jeans. Also, if you are looking for more of staple jeans, I would recommend staying away from rips and any kind of like additional detail on your jeans. A plain straight leg dark jean is probably a jean that's going to last you a few more years, a few more seasons than a jean that's particularly embellished or has lots of rips or designs on it. So I'm actually on the hunt for a relaxed jean. I am quite hippie, so finding a more of an oversized jean isn't always easy, but I know that Bershka have a few jeans that I quite like the look of. For any of my shorter ladies, I have heard that Zara do quite good jeans, so they're probably worth checking out as well. So next on my list is a Moto jacket, and I haven't always felt as though Moto jackets are not trendy, but I actually think at this point they are basically staples. So I have one from All Saints, but you can pretty much find Moto jackets everywhere really. I would recommend investing a bit more money again in a Moto jacket because I don't think it's something that goes out of style. I think it's quite versatile. You can pretty much wear a Moto jacket with everything. I would pick up a black one. You can also pick up like a textured one if you want to, a suede finished one if you wanted to do something a bit different. It does also tend to add a little bit of edge to your look. So if you wanted to wear something plain, maybe your white tee and your jeans, the Moto jacket always adds a little bit of fashion to an outfit, so definitely worth investing in one of those. I have one honorable mention, which is a shoulder bag. I think it's always worth having a nice black basic shoulder bag during the colder seasons, one that you can just quickly pick up and go. I quite like shoulder bags that can also be worn crossbody, just because I occasionally like to be hands-free. That will go with any of the pieces that you choose to mix and match. These are the staple pieces that I think are worth picking up, no matter your style, that are not trendy, and definitely worth investing in for the upcoming seasons. I will be doing a video on more of the trendy pieces that are worth investing in for this year. I hope this video has been helpful for you in picking up some staples for your wardrobe. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.